I stopped filling my wife's tank and she called me from the shoulder. So for about 6 years now, I filled my wife Dana's car. Every Sunday night, I take her keys, drive to the station down the road, top her off, come back. It started because she said pumping gas made her hands smell and she hated the cold. I didn't mind. It was like a 15-minute thing. The problem isn't the gas. It's that somewhere along the way, she stopped seeing it as something I do and started treating it like weather. Just a thing that happens. Her tank is full on Monday, so of course it is. Last month I brought it up. I said, you know I fill your car every week, right? She kind of laughed and said, I mean, yeah, but it's not a big deal. It takes you 5 minutes. 15, but okay. Then in June, the price jumped and I mentioned we were spending like $200 a month just on her commute. She said, honestly, money stuff is your thing. I don't really think about it. And that stuck with me because I don't get to not think about it. I'm the one who thinks about it, so she doesn't have to. A couple weeks ago, she needed me to swing by her office and drop off a folder she forgot. I was already late for my own thing. When I got there, she didn't even come down, just texted, leave it with reception. No thanks. Nothing. That night, I'm holding her keys at the door like every Sunday and I just put them back on the hook. I didn't announce it. I wanted to see if she'd notice the tank or notice me. Monday, she drives to work. No problem. Tuesday, fine. Wednesday, she says, hey, did you get gas? The light's kind of on. I said, no, I didn't. She goes, oh, can you do it tonight? I said, you can grab it on your way in tomorrow. Station's right there. She looked at me like I'd said something in another language. You always do it though. I know. I said, I'm just not this week. She rolled her eyes and said, fine, whatever. So dramatic, and went to bed. Thursday morning, I hear her rushing around. She didn't stop for gas. I know she didn't because she was on the phone the whole time complaining about a meeting and she left with the light on. I almost said something. I didn't. At 8:40, my phone rings. She's on the shoulder of the interstate. Ran dry about a mile before her exit. I can hear cars going by her window, that whoosh sound, and she's kind of panicked. Can you bring me gas? I'm gonna be so late. I said, where are you? She tells me. Then she goes, this is your fault, by the way. You just stopped doing it out of nowhere. And I don't know. That's the part that got me. Out of nowhere. I said, Dana, I filled your tank every Sunday for 6 years, 4 days, and you're on the side of the highway. She said, okay, so you proved your point. Now can you please come? I said, what point? I didn't have a point. I just stopped doing something invisible and you drove until it ran out. She said, are you seriously lecturing me right now? I'm on the shoulder. It's dangerous here. I know it is. I said, that's why I'm telling you to call roadside. You have the app on your phone. It's the little red one. There was this long pause. Then she goes, quiet. You're not coming. I said, there's a can and a funnel in the garage. You've watched me do it 100 times. You'll be fine. She said, I can't believe you. I'm your wife. I said, you're right. And for 6 years, I've done this thing you called 5 minutes and not a big deal. So I figured you could handle 4 days of it. Turns out you couldn't handle one. She said, so you're just gonna let me sit here? I said, I'm gonna let you fill your own tank. Same thing I've been doing for you the whole time, except now you'll feel it. She hung up on me. She called roadside. Guy showed up around 9:30, put a couple gallons in, and she made it to her meeting late. She hasn't asked me to fill her car since. Sunday came and went, and the keys stayed on the hook, and she took herself to the station Monday morning without a word. She's mentioned it twice now, both times casually, both times testing. You really don't do the gas anymore? I keep giving her the same answer. You've got it handled.